everyone. Salute to everybody out there. Knicks Real Talk, the night show. It's your main man, Divine, man. About to give you that Knick food for thought tonight. Training camp day 2. We're going to get in here and talk some Knicks, man, and just, holler with the chat. Holler to everybody out there, man, just checking us out, man. About to get into this thing. So we about to go over this day 2 thing, man. We psyched about it. I'm feeling good about it. But first and foremost, salute to everybody out there that's checking us out, man. Wherever you're streaming them from. Hope everybody doing well. Had a great day. They safe. You ready to get in here and talk Knicks with us, man. Knicks Real Talk, the night show. It's your man Divine. Like I said, we're gonna get into it. We got the chat, on the pop off with us, man. Salute to Shaw Powell already in the building. But we're gonna get into it tonight, man. Day 2 of training camp. I know everybody's psyched about it. We're ready to get some thoughts in there and talk about all that good stuff. I had a panel come on later on in the show, and we're just gonna break it on down, man. Talk day 2. The thing's almost here, man. Next week, preseason is amongst us, man. We October the 5th. We're gonna get into that, man. Playing Indiana, so it's gonna be fun, man. And I know it's everybody on, but right now we're gonna get down right here on Knicks Real Talk, and we're just gonna cut it up, man. And we're gonna go over some video of the training camp today, some news and notes, and good things like that, man. So while we get into that, man, let's just get into something right quick. We'll talk about what's on the cap, man. Pretty much like I said, day 2. The team, got that second day of training camp in there. I guess everybody in there putting in work, trying to get themselves ready for the regular season, preseason and the regular season. So, got a little clip and I'm doing that, man. But, other than that, man, I'm excited about this thing going on right now, man. We about to get into it, man. I think we got a really good team down in New York City. I think the world most famous arena going to be buzzing this year. It's going to be popping up in there. I think we got a really good team. I'm excited about it. I think we can repeat what we did last year and even better. From the standpoint of what we done built down here, what's going on in the Knicks organization. So I'm excited about that, man. Like I said, it starts here today in training camp. That's what they get paid for, to come here, make themselves look bigger, stronger, better, faster, more wise with the game, so they can go on that court and put up the numbers, make the Knicks fan base happy. And I think we're gonna do that this year. I think we're gonna really get out there and ball out, man. Coming off that playoff run we had, we lost Atlanta in the first round, but it's a new season, a new day, a new beginning. We're gonna wait and see how the thing roll out, man. But in the meantime, I think I was looking at training camp today. Obi Toppin's name was emerged in there. They had a little video of him talking today, and let me give you some of his thoughts right quick, and then we can get into what Obi Toppin was dealing with. Obi Toppin said he worked out nearly every day in the offseason in the team facility with Emmanuel Quickly. Other young Knicks joined workouts as well. It's been a grind all summer, and it's going to show this year. Toppin said he feels the game has slowed down a bit for him, and that's good, man. That's real talk right there. When you come in here in your rookie year, man, the game is fast. You come in here and these guys are out working you. They out running you. They out jumping you sometime. And they out playing you mentally. So he had to get used to that. He took it. Had a little rookie year, went through his little peaks and valleys, and then he came back a little stronger at the end of the season. And he did well for himself. He got into the offseason, select team. Him and Emmanuel Quickly, like I said, worked out all season long at the training facility, with when he was on the select team going against the Olympic team and things like that. They had a great summer league. So I do really think that bodes well for him. And I just think that it's all in a matter of time. That young man really get to where he got to go. Shaw Powell said over a month ago, these guys was bonding. That's facts. Shaw Powell, they had all that time together, man, just to get to know each other more. They both rookies, doing the same thing, getting the same treatment, and they both good character guys. Real good character guys, man. So a young man growing up and becoming work out this offseason, like you said, Shaw, and just get together and work out, man. I think that's what you want these guys to do. Have that family atmosphere. You got each other's back and you go hard, and I think he's learning that and coming out of there, man. Salute KJ. And I really believe that that's going to bode well for Obi Toppin, because I do think that this is a nice step for him, man, to be able to come in here and get more minutes, get a rhythm to the game. With basketball, it's a game of rhythm, man. You can't play 5 minutes, expect 10 minutes, expect to have a rhythm in basketball. It takes time. So to have him come in here like that, would hopefully maybe get like 17, 18 minutes, get Julius some rest, or at least 16, and then he can get out there and shine for the Knicks, man. So I hope he can get in and do that, man. I'm excited about Obi Toppin this year. And what I do, man, let me go over his interview from today.
No, I don't like water. I don't like the sands between my toes. When I go to the beach, I wear like 2 socks so the sand don't get between my toes. But yeah.
Yeah, that was just a quick tip for him to my he don't like the beach. Sorry, Obi, I do. But yeah, Obi like nah, man. He don't like to deal with the sand and everything like that. So it just got some fun tidbits from the practice today, and what they're doing in summer camp and the media sessions and things of that nature. But I'm looking forward to Obi doing his thing this year, man. I'm really looking for that young man to take that next step and to get that thing popping for the Knicks. So we're gonna need him, to be part of this thing for sure. KJ, man, I sent you the text as well. If you check your text, I got you there. But yeah, man, I think it's gonna be some fun for him. I think if he can step up a little bit, maybe come to maybe double digit scoring this year, that'd be huge for the Knicks. If he can get 10 to 12 points a game, Salute Will, I see you, my brother. If he can get us maybe 10 to 12 points, coming off the bench behind Julius's 24 something, that's 30 something from that position from the power forward spot, man. That's good points with a backup and the starter coming in there, man. So I do think it's going to be real interesting to see how that pans out for it. But I'm looking forward for good things. I like what I see in summer league. Had a good summer league, all summer league, NBA summer league team. Had a good year, man. He was I think he's on the come up, man. I just think that first year was really a one of the rookie years where you could say it did, it can make a breakthrough. And I think it made him because he took it to heart, got back in the all season every day and got better. You know what I mean? And I just real talk, man. I'm gonna bring my man back in the green room in the background up to the forefront. My man KJW, you already know, man. KJ in the building. Knicks Real Talk, man. My man, salute.
Salute Devon, salute Knicks Real Talk, salute to the chat. Little technical difficulties, but I'm here right now. I got this thing, but I'm here. So we'll talk about it after the show. But I'm here, man. Excited. We week away. Excitement is in the atmosphere for us. I know we're gonna get into it talking, but I'm here. I'm ready, Devon. So what's on your mind?
Yeah, right now we just were talking about the Obi. I started the segment with the Obi Toppin thing. He had one of the media sessions on video today, so I threw him in there and talked about where he was talking about his maturation and everything. So I just think that's gonna be nice. That man can step up to the forefront and give us some real plus minutes at the power forward like he did last year, but even on another level, maybe double digit scoring, 4, 5, 6 rebounds. That'd be huge for Obi Toppin. If he can get that in the span of minutes and contribute to the team, I did to be a plus for him and Julius Randle, especially with Julius Randle. The minutes go down. KW, he could and let that man get some burn back there. So I think it's going to be nice to see what happens with him this year.
No, I agree with you. Any production that Obi can give, and don't forget, Obi was drafted. At first, we thought he was going to start in that last year. He's going to take over for Julius, but Julius is proud with his year he had, and now Obi stepped his game up. He was big for us in the playoffs. Summertime Team USA practice squad with him and Quickly. His experience really expanded from last year to this year. Being that we didn't have no training camp, we had no summer league last year. Now that we had all those things, I think we're gonna see a different Obi Toppin. We've seen a glimpse of him in the summer league, what he can do, but I think he's just scratching the surface. He's young, he's fresh, so I think his game is gonna go to another level. So I can't wait.
Facts. I really believe the same thing, man. Like I said, like I said earlier, when I seen in summer league, what I seen in Dayton. You know what I mean? Obi Toppin went back to a Dayton game, and I really believe that, man. He, that summer league was like he played the same way he played in college. And if he can build off that and bring it to the regular season, then I think we got a good problem on our hand. I just think that teams will have a problem, because I really believe that Obi Toppin take that next step, get that 3-point percentage from 30% to up to maybe 36, 37. He get that 3-point ball percentage up this year. He shot it good in summer league too. So he's been working on his game. Nigel, my man, salute. Nigel in the building, Jamaica in the house, salute. Got the streets of Buzzing in the building with us, man. My man CT was popping.
What's good, fellas?
Salute.
CT, what's up, my brother?
Salute, KJ. Yeah, loving the convo. Keep it up.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, man, we were just piggybacking on the Obi Toppin thing, man, and what we looking forward to this season. I really do think if he take a step, the Knicks gonna be even more a problem. And I just think that we not even seem like we counting on Obi to do something crazy, but I really believe that man just come in there today this season and give us a little bit almost double. I'm talking about double and for his points, 10 points instead of a single digit, double digits in points. Some way he could crack 12. You know what I mean? Maybe quickly move up and crack close to 15. And we already got Burks and Derrick Rose giving you over 14 already, 13 or 14 or 15. I think that'd be like, just crazy if Obi Toppin pop. You know what I mean? I really do, man. If he popped, then I think it's on and popping. What do you think about
Yeah,
that?
it's on. It's on if he pops, you know.
Yeah.
Not only does he become more dangerous in the second unit, but also options. You know, Julius can rest. You know, also, let's say there's a trade down the line. Maybe he has more value. So it can only benefit the Knicks, whether you want Obi to stay or you don't mind. I just want him to get better. You know, he's a good guy. This is his city. You know, he was the 8th pick. You know, best player in college. He's been doubted a lot, and he's got better every single year. You know, every year of his college career, he got better. You know, say what you want. You know, he's far from the finished product. You know, everyone want to evaluate people right now, but he's only in his second year. You know, not even. So let's see what the man has to give. You know, he looked like he belonged in the playoffs. The thing to me is you want to see how a player looks in the playoffs. You know, in the man's rookie season, to look like you belong. You know, I'm just excited to see what happens.
Yeah. KJ, you know, one thing I can say about him, man, he works. I mean, the Knicks got a Knicks team is a bunch of workers, man. And I just think they'd be really on it, man. I think that the proof is in Julius Randle. I think that's why when you say look at a leader, Julius Randle leading by example. Them cats getting in the gym. You know what I mean? You know, you don't have to be rah-rah, but let them follow your lead. And them cats is in the gym all the time. You know what I mean? And that's Julius Randle right there. Other than beside the culture that Scott Perry put down, you know, them cats got to get in the gym. That's why I like that, man. That's why I think Obi's going to turn out to be pretty decent this year for us, man. Because first of all, he's been through the 1 year thing. He already been in the NBA already this year, so he know what it's like. He know how the NBA goes because he was here last year. So it comes going to be easier for him this year. You know what I mean? He even said that in his interview, he's going to be here even, you know, a second year. It's going to be nice for him, KJ, and I think he's going to turn out to be all right, though, for sure.
Yeah, I think he's going to come out a lot calmer. You know, in the beginning of the year, he was too fast. He was too quick, trying to make it happen real quick. I think now with a year under his belt and just all the experience that he learned through the summer, talking to people and all the veterans that we have on this team, the added veterans, I must say, with Kemba and Fournier, with these guys working with him every day, and then let him learn under Durant this summer. Listen, man, I think he's going to come out a lot more calmer, a lot more put together game than ever before. Even in year 2, these guys seem to be growing even faster. Now we expect more out of our players. It's a 3-year window, right? We have a 3-year window with these players from a rookie, 3 years. If you don't pop in 3 years, listen, it's the next man up. You know, we give you a shot year 1, year 2, and I think this is his year to really show what he can do. And we've seen a little bit of that this summer.
Yeah, absolutely, man. When we're going to the next one, Child Power, all them guys are gym rats, man. That's real talk. They be up in there, man. They don't mess around with that, man. And let's go over some real quick, some player reaction from day 2, excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. I throw a little vid up here from today, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
Good work, day 2. Knicks, baby. We here.
Yeah.
Listen, got my juice flowing, dude, for real talk. Oh man, it's gonna be crazy. I can't wait, man. I can't wait, bro. I can only imagine. Like I said, I wish I would fly on the wall in that gym. But
If that
terrible.
video doesn't give you chills, I don't know
Yeah.
what else does, fellas. Like,
What?
You're in the wrong profession if it
yeah,
doesn't give you chills.
you know the excitement part now is now we're getting to see more an inside look than we ever did before, even in before preseason even starts, these training camps. And it's so ironic that the guys we talked about last night between Rose, Kimba, Deuce, and Quickly, they all shine in that video, man. And I'm like, boy, Kimba dribbling. I really want to see Kimba and Rose backcourt, fellas.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see that.
I know we're gonna see that. I know we got to see that this year. Somehow you're gonna see that backcourt. But that's that. You know, that gave me chill bumps watching that. You know what I mean? For real, that's crazy. So
Yeah.
I just to see Sims up in there, man. And like you said, see all three of them rookies. And that's just nice. It's nice.
That's our future, fellas.
Yeah, then you got Derrick Rose and Kimba, Julius Randle. I mean, it's amazing, man. That the energy in that place gotta be astounding. It gotta be astounding, CT. The energy up in that place right there.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all them putting in that work. You know, they all look happy, look like they are where they want to be, all concentrating. And yeah, this is a time to bond too, fellas. Like, it's not all about individuals, you know. It's like we're all on a retreat, a camp together, you know. We bond, we share stories, we get to know each other. Training camps a lot more than just workouts and principles, you know. These are the guys you're just going to spend the next year at least with for the foreseeable future. So, you know, get to know them, build that respect, build that rapport. And they're all going through it together, you know, like Tibbs said in the principles, you know, play for each other.
Yeah, facts. ACT, man, what had me crazy about that video is you know, you see quickly that you see the energy. You know, he's like, yo, we here. You know what I mean? You can see the spirit in that gym, man. Them cats is psyched about the season, walking to the sideline, you know, and you can see the energy in him, man, and the passion of kids they're gonna get it popping. I'm telling you, I know everybody got the other workouts, other teams doing the same thing we doing. But from the energy that I feel in there when I see that video, is like this is like different years to me. You know what I mean? KJ, wasn't like years past, but now this thing they're like these cats are having fun, but they putting in work though.
It's definitely culture. You can see it. You can see the culture being built right in front of us, right before our eyes. We have seen this culture change, and that's the excitement as us as fans. Now we're getting to see. We're starting to see the product, and now once the product get ready to go next week on the floor. Listen, we're looking for everybody, not just starters. We want to see this new crop of Knicks come in. You know, we want to see these young guys play a lot in preseason. I've been saying that. We know what Rose and Kimba could do. Do we want to see Fournier? Yes, we do. But we want to see this new crop of young guys because they are our future. So let's see what they got. You know.
Yeah. See, I second that, CT. I just think that they getting that experience up in there, man. Them cats coming to that gym going up against some good talent. So that can't do nothing make them cats better. You know what I mean? I would be like a kid in candy store about one of them rookies, knowing that I'm coming up in the building going up against Derrick Rose. You know what I mean? Or Kemba Walker. That's a different feeling than coming in. I'm just going up against the average Joe. But these cats coming in going up against some savvy all-star vets. Don't remember, these cats are all-star. They're not just veterans. They all-stars. One former league MVP. One of them third all NBA team, 4-time all-star. These ain't no. They coming up there learning from cats who can get it. You know what I mean? And I just think that's a different feeling. Sam Holt, salute to you, Sam. Thanks for chiming in, my brother. You already know it is, man. I appreciate you coming in tonight. We here talking Knicks training camp day 2, man. So salute to you. Yeah, man. But it's to have them cats coming behind savvy guys like that. Jericho Sim get to learn from Nerlens Noel and Todd Gibson. I mean, man, you know, I just think their future gonna be in good hands. That's what I'm trying to say. CT, they're in good hands with the way they got that thing constructed down there.
Yeah, for real. and I like the healthy competition aspect, right? So, you know, challenge your teammates, go at each other. You know, if you're a vet, Kemba or whatever, you know, pick a guy, say, you think you got what it takes? Hey, guard me, you know? You know, you got to make your teammate better. You got to come at them like Michael Jordan, you know, mindset. You know, you bleed together, but you also need to make each other better, you know? And that's how respect, you know, that's how you win the respect. We've heard stories about a rook come in, right? Guard a vet in training camp, and that's how they win their respect straight away. You know, don't be timid. You know, if I'm Deuce McBride, I'm saying I'm guarding Kemba, right? You know, win that respect of Tibbs and the playing group. Then you know, okay, wow, this guy's for real. He could actually contribute for us this season. He can help us. You know.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I second that, man. So that's what's so interesting about it is that the way this thing is constructed to me, I'm excited, man. I just think that we got the pieces, man, and them young guys gonna get a chance to learn from the best. You know what I mean? And I think that's so important. You know, when you learn from somebody, you want to learn from somebody who know. You know what I mean? You don't want to learn from somebody who don't know, or you know, or half at it. But these cats, Kimball Walker and Derrick Rose, these cats, and like I said, Todd Gibson cats. They gotta know the game, man. They know the game of basketball. You know what I mean? So they can show these guys. I don't think there's nothing that you can see in the NBA today that Kemba Walker, Derrick Rose, and Todd Gibbons haven't seen. No defense scheme unless you come up with some new innovative stuff, but they know the basics. They master the basics. And I think that them young cats gonna be in good hands. I really do. I can see them coming in the game when they come back to the bench. Derrick Rose, he's sitting down right next to one of them cats. You come sit over here, you know what I mean? And let me show you where you made a mistake at or what you did good. Either one. I like what you did there, but let me show you what you did here. And I think that's important to have, you know, when you're trying to build a championship. I think we do have that in place, man. So that's why I'm optimistic about what we got going on down in the world most famous arena this year in the Mecca, man. Knicks gonna be popping. I just could feel it, you know. Just hope it stayed the course. Here go. Let's see what Coach Tibbs had to say, man. No, let's go on the Grimes right quick. Let's see what the young rookie talking about right quick.
Yeah, it's great. That's what you live for. It's what you get up every morning and come do, competing against guys like Derrick Rose, who you've been watching since you were a kid, Kemba, who's been playing at an all-star level ever since he's really been in the league. So it's just fun to go out there and compete every day. I think that's what brings the best out of us and what's going to get us better every single day.
There you go. I couldn't say it no clearer than that. Man, he's gonna be a sleeper. I gotta watch that dude right there. I'm telling you, yeah, don't sleep on that young man. And I know he's CT big on him, but I like I said,
Yeah.
man, that offense, and that defense. 4 years from now, can you imagine hypothetically Deuce, McBride, Grimes, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson 4 years from now going for? I'm just saying, if they wouldn't do nothing crazy. If you were one of them teams who just trying to stay packed and build for within your franchise, man, them two dudes in 3 years probably be nice. You know, it's gonna be hard. You know, so whoever you bring in here gonna have to beat them cats out in 3 years. And I think they're gonna be nice in 3 years. So I think when that's R.J. getting his deal, he locked in. Julius locked in. Now they be done play with them cats a couple of years now. You know what I mean? Right. So, man, that camaraderie would be crazy. And I just think that defense, that backcourt would be hard. That's hard to deal with Grimes and McBride. So I think in 3 years, man, the Knicks is in a good spot with them two young men for sure. See, KJ.
Man, absolutely. You can see it. These guys seem like they all want to play with each other, and they're going to help these new rookies out of how to be NBA players and how to handle yourself on and off the court and just all around play basketball the right way. They're learning. Look, McBride and Grimes are learning from two great people in Kemba and Rose. Plus, you got Fournier. You know, so you got Julius as the anchor that's showing you everything, how his game was. And look, why wouldn't you want to learn from a guy that played with Kobe Bryant? That Kobe had Julius in the gym and taught him how to be professional. So it's good to soak that up every single day. You got quickly, and everybody's been in the gym. So, the motivation, the culture building is great. And Grimes, I was after seeing that video, Divine. I know we did a show before. We talked about, man, who do we see in the next 3 years? I said, dudes, it's hard, man, because it seemed like all these guys are on the same level in their own way. Sims, McBride, and Grimes. It just seems like they all are workhorses and they're gonna do whatever they do to get better. So it's really hard for us to say, but I guess we just have to wait and see as the season goes along who really steps up. But Grimes, he could be the sleeper out that group.
Yeah,
Definitely.
A CT. Listen, think about this here. Them two dudes, RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin, and Mitchell Robinson. That got to probably be one of the best defense things. If that was like a couple of years from now, that probably one of the best defense teams in the league right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That would be, and maybe and Obi gets better too with his block shots. I mean, you got your backcourt is stout, and you got an anchor like Mitchell Robinson up at the top, man. That's in a year, that'd be crazy 4 years from now, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, facts, man. I actually said this after free agency, and after the off season, we did a great job at doing two things, right? Competing now and setting up for the future. It's hard to do both, right? A lot of franchises, if they want to compete, they've got to go all in. We've got many, many young dudes that are situational, even dudes in the rotation that are young, but we're also built to be, not going to say contender, but we're built to be top 3, 4 in the East, which is one step away from contender. So that's what makes us so attractive to if I'm any player in the league weighing up my future, like to your point, Divine, yesterday, D Rose, it was an easy decision to come back because we're not that far away. What's the point in chasing money to go to the Lakers or somewhere else when you're already here? You can stay with family, you can compete as well, and you can mentor the young dudes, and you can retire a Nick. So, we're very appealing.
Yep. And real talk too. With this is interesting too. This is how close I really think we are. To be honest with you, you get one star. I'll just say one star. Somebody who can be like Julius Randle or better. If you get somebody like Julius Randle, this cat giving you 24 and 11. He give me 24, 11, and 5 or 6. You get a cat who can come in here and do that on a regular. I think you are contenders with the maturation of RJ Barrett and what else we got, all the other pieces around us. If Atlanta got to the Eastern Conference Finals last year with that team, and you put another star around Julius Randle, you don't think we get to the Eastern Conference Finals? Come on.
Hey, Devon, I think we have that though with Fournier and Kimber.
You're right.
Let's think about it, fellas. If we had Fournier and Kimber on this team last year against Atlanta, that could have been us in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Exactly.
Because now Julius didn't have to force everything. You got Kimber and Fournier that can help him out on the offensive side. So it's going to be very interesting to see.
And fellas, if you're an experienced coach, right, like Tibbs, has been around forever, 60-something years old, and you're coaching this squad right now there with the squad on the second day, in your mind, you've seen enough basketball to know, man, we got something, like, think about it. If you or me were there with that fly on the wall looking at these dudes now after what we did last season, Tibbs is experienced enough to know what we're capable of right now. I don't think he needs to see anything more. He's seen enough basketball. It comes down to health. It comes down to executing. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if we stay healthy, we definitely going to be in the mix. I just think we got enough backup, man. We got enough soldiers to go to war in New York with that team, man. I like the way that team is constructed. I really do. You got your whole unit. Nick P, my brother, salute to you. Nick P in the building. You know what? If you couldn't go to war with these guys you got right now, and knowing that all them scores in that first unit, and like I always say, I'm just basing this off their numbers. I'm just going off of Evan Fournier. If Evan Fournier, Kemba Walker, Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, and whoever, Noel, just do their season numbers for last year. That team is deep. Add them points up in that starting lineup, and people got to remember, Kemba Walker did play with Jason Tatum, so it wasn't like he was the only one getting all the shots. You know what I mean? He was playing with Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and then and Fournier, and he still put up 19 a game.
Right.
In 43 games, you know what I mean? He still put up 19 a game. So if you base the numbers off that, and you base Fournier's number, what Fournier shot at 17, 18 a game last year, something like that, 18 maybe. You take his numbers, then you take his numbers last year was 17 a game, almost 18, like Tibbs said, was 17.8 to almost 18 a game. And then you got Julius Randle had 24. Come on, you know what I mean? This is just the average numbers the whole season, and then you put those Noel 8 to 10 in there. That's a nice team, you know what I mean? And they all did it last year, so it wasn't like this is it hasn't been done. So that's why I love my chances with the offense, man, in this team. And if Mitchell Robinson come back on point, I think it bodes well. And I really think Tibbs got some real good talent with him. If you look at their career numbers and you look at how they played in the NBA, they all can go get it. They all got dog in them. You know, none of them cats ain't soft. You know what I mean? They go get it. You know what I mean? So I just think that bodes well for our team, man. That they got that New York City gritty committee written all over them, KJ. I just think they're ready to rock this year.
So for fun, fellas, who do we think is the first rookie coming in this year? Is it Deuce, Grimes, or Sims?
I'm gonna go Grimes because that point guard thing is deep there. You know what I mean? If Derrick Rose or Kemba Walker don't get injured or nothing like that, then them minutes go between them two. Cause but I do think, like say if Quickly have a bad night or something for some reason, I think you could substitute my man Grimes for Quickly more faster than put McBride against Derrick Rose and Kemba Walker. So I would go with Grimes for sure.
And the second part to it was I should have added that to it. How many games do we think that's going to happen in?
Good CT. That's a good one.
So you saying how soon? How many games?
So I'm sorry, guys. The question was it's two parts of the question, same question, but who do we think is going to get in first between Deuce, Grimes, and Sims, and how many games is it going to take them to get it? One game, first game, second game, third game, 10 games, 15 games?
I'm going to agree with Divine. I think Grimes. Look, it's a toss of a coin, but I think Grimes will, after 15 games, from an Alec Burks injury, I think will start to force his way into some small minutes, not nothing like 15 minutes, but maybe 8 to 10 minutes.
Okay. So 15 games, TT, you got for Grimes?
Yeah, for me shooting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't. Excuse me. I did the games I got. I don't know, man. I hope it not, because that means somebody might get injured. I don't want no injured players. I hope they don't get in until we blow somebody out. You know what I mean, I don't want them to get in because nobody got injured. I don't want to even bring that on the Knicks right here. We trying to do this thing. So, but I do, if it came down there, I just think because the backup, the small forwards, the shooting guard spot, I don't think it's more dynamic than the point guard spot. I don't think Fournier and Quickly is Derrick Rose and Kemba Walker. You know what I mean? So I think from the competition standpoint, them two is better than these two all-stars, MVPs. It's going to be harder for Deuce to crack that spot than it is for Grimes to beat out. Remember, Quickly just got here last year, and so Grimes getting here this year. So I just think that it's a good. I would definitely have to do that. Salute to the queen in the building, man. Stephanie, Squeeze Court, First Lady MBK in the house. Salute, Stephanie. So that would be me. I would go with Grimes, though.
Okay, so here's my thing. Right? And Divine, you're going to be here. I'm going game one. We play Boston.
Ooh.
Deuce is getting in that game. And you want to know why? Who is Deuce's NBA person that matches up with him? Marcus Smart. The Garden will go crazy. You want to see that matchup? I gotta see. I think Deuce's defense over exceeds everything. I just think he's that dog, and the city, the fans are gonna fall in love with this guy.
Mhm.
I'm going game one. I'm gonna throw it out there.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
I heard
going game one.
Okay.
Game one.
Hey,
Um,
you heard him.
you heard him here. We got the videotape.
Let me
But
take,
yeah, it's
baby.
all good. You know what, man? You know, whenever them kids get in, man,
Yeah, facts. You're coming in and out a bit, Divine, but yeah, man, I agree with you, KJ. I can see that, man. Hey, training camp preseason is going to tell all. That's why I'm excited. Last season we didn't get to see any. Quickly and Obi maybe started slow because we didn't get no opportunity to see them play meaningful games. Now we got 4 games, on TV. Let's see what these dudes have. And also Summer League wasn't that long ago, right? Seemed like Summer League was like 4-6 weeks ago. So I expect McBride Grimes to carry their confidence into training camp.
Right.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I wish
yeah,
next Wednesday hurry up quickly, man. Wednesday
yeah.
needs to hurry up and get here because
Yeah,
some
next
of our
week.
answers will be answered a little bit. We can see a little bit more, So
Yeah. I'm excited though. I'm excited about the season. It's gonna be a good test, a litmus test for the Knicks this year. Just to tell you where this organization going to go, and I'll bring up Coach Tibbs in a minute. We get into the Coach Tibbs conversation, but I think this is a real big year for the Knicks for many standpoints.
yeah, then you come a little choppy again.
Real talk.
My back.
So I'll get you back. Yeah.
Yeah. If this is going to determine where the future of the team, this organization going to go, or what we're going to do in the present. Because, like I said, they could be one player away. If Atlanta Hawks, like I said, went to the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, real talk.
Right. Hey, ACT. Let me ask you a question, since Devon a little choppy. We talked about. I know we're talking about our Knicks training camp, but we talked about Zion, right? And some people liked him on his team. You know what thing scares me about Zion? Zion can't play at that weight. We see the injuries he has now. I don't think he's going to last that long in his league. He cannot play at that weight, at what he does. He bounces, he jumps, no jump shot, but he's dominant. He averaging 25, 27 points per game. That's cool, but how long can his body last? So, we talked about him coming on his team eventually one day. I don't know. He scares me with that, how fast he is, and he jumps and injuries. He's already having an injury. He's not even starting the season with the Pelicans right now. So, that I just had to put that scares me a little bit.
Yeah, look, we don't need Zion to be honest. Yeah, would I take him? Of course I would. But again, we always have a habit of looking at other teams' players.
Right.
We got the 3rd overall pick in that same draft. Let's get behind him. Let's rock with him. 3rd year, big year. Let's see what the man produce. I'm fully behind RJ. He can shoot better than Zion. We already have a Zion type player in Randall, who's a bulldog. I don't see how Zion can fit here, in the future unless you move Randall away. But the thing is, in the NBA right now, it's all about shooting. You could be a crazy athleticism, like Divine says. That Father Time's going to catch up to that athleticism.
Right.
But you got dudes who can shoot well, like Steph Curry, Clay, well into their 33, 34-year-old age, and they're still premier, all-star type players, because they can shoot. So I think that's a more valuable skill than an athlete.
Right. And like you said, he wouldn't really fit with this team, this present team right now because of the shooting. He could dominate a game, but that shooting is important. So I agree with you on that.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
We said earlier. We spoke about that earlier.
CT, I talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
You coming still a little choppy, so.
The thing is, I was just saying, Divine. Yeah, I was just saying to you fellas, by the time Zion is super max eligible, I think the salary cap will be up to 170 or something. You know, it'll be a new CBA. It'll be crazy. The only chance Pelicans have of retaining that man is giving him a supersized deal. You know, that's the only way, that the only incentive, and that's what the NBA wanted. They introduced this home team able to pay the most. But you know what's real interesting? Zion's ability to earn money off the court. He could be the very first player to snub a super deal, right? It don't matter to him. So what do you guys think of that?
So you said a super deal, CT?
Yeah, like Zion's ability to earn money off the court may mean that he doesn't, take that into consideration. He just leaves anyway.
Right. I think he wants out of there though. Like you've seen in his press conferences, and him and with Griffin, he talking, and he just, this league talks. David, stars don't last long on those small market teams like that. Like he either wants LA and New York. We definitely know he wants New York. We seen that on the lottery that he didn't get, the Knicks didn't get that #1 pick. So we know he wants here. In this league, you can make money anywhere, deals and things. But to me, his injury, I think he's going to be an injury-prone player. And it's sad to say that, but I don't know what type of deal. I mean, the sneakers he's getting, I mean, they have the sneakers out there, and another player busted out the sneakers. So it was like, I don't know.
Yeah. What's concern for me is the way he plays his game. First of all, he's short, so his whole game is based off of strength and athleticism. In order for Zion Williamson to score consistently, he has to be off his feet. I don't care at all times. No matter what type of shot he make, he got to be up in the air because he's that short. You know what I mean? So it's not like he can stand there and other than when he had the free throw line, obviously he can but he don't, because he don't have a jump shot that's good. He got to always get he's almost like Antetokounmpo, a short Antetokounmpo. He has to get his game in the air. You know what I mean? And for him to be that, he got that Charles Barkley type body, and he, and great dominant as Charles was, but them cats, because they're so short, they always got to be in the air. And I think that's going to weigh down on his body over the period of time.
Right.
I really do. That's what makes me scared about Zion.
Right. Let's see. He can dominate a game. I know if I see him coming to the court, I'm running out the way. But how long for an 82 game season, years and years on your knees? I don't see this. Athleticism is crazy. Like I don't see him having a long career in this league if he keeps playing the same way he's playing. And I'm gonna keep it like that. But
yeah, he needs to get with the right trainer, the right advice. None of these yes people, because at the end of the day, like LeBron, right? Like Zion's earning so much money, he should be spending the same much as LeBron does on health. $1 million a year on keeping your body right, because that's just going to translate to many, many more millions. That the longer he can play on the court, the longer his career will be.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let me plug the show right quick, and we'll be right back, guys. 30 seconds. Let me get a plug in, and we'll be back, man. Hold that thought. Yeah, we back, man. Yeah, absolutely, man. Let's get into this Tom Thibodeau coach's interview from the day. What was his thoughts on what happened today in training camp? So we're gonna throw Tom Thibodeau up in the building, and then let's hear the coach what he got to say.
Well, we'll get a look at it. It wasn't very effective last year, so. But the one thing about both guys, Obi, I think, is a lot better than he was a year ago, and Julius just continues to get better and better. So we'll see how it unfolds.
Is it the one day, obviously, you lose the rim protection?
The rim protection's the big thing, yeah.
Yeah, so that was Tom Thibodeau speaking about the Julius Randle, Obi at the 5.
You with us?
Yeah, Devon, I think you're still coming in choppy. I think he
Okay.
said I was telling people to talk about the Julius and Obi at the 5, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's interesting that he think that didn't work out too good last year because of the defense, the rebounding and the defense.
I definitely think because I think we're going to be I think we are going to be a fast speed. I think we're going to do a lot of pushing that ball this year. Have some set plays, but I think most of our offense is going to come off fast breaks. I really believe that because we have the personnel for that. So, even if you do a Julius at the 4 and a Toppin at the 5, in some cases, it's not going to really hurt us because I think we're going to score most of our points off of fast breaks. I believe so, just by the personnel that we have. So, and then again, there's going to be so many different combinations of lineups out there at a time. Is positionless basketball. There's no 4, there's no 5, there's no 3, there's no 2, there's no 1, except when Mitch or Noel's in the game. We know they can't run a 1, 2, 3, or 4, but they can run a center spot. So I just think we'll be fine either or.
Right.
4, even if Julie's at the 5, it'd be fine.
Yeah, and the key word when he said they got better, so it probably worked this year because they got better. You know what I mean? Obi's better, he said. You know what I mean? James Julius Randle got better, so it might be different than last year when Obi was doing it his first year when he didn't really know all the nuances of the NBA and how to get down in the NBA. Even though he was on learn as you go. You know what I mean? Because of not having no summer league and all that stuff. Where fly last year because there wasn't no, like I said, no summer league or nothing, and they had to wait till they got the training camp to really play organized basketball. You know what I mean? They probably didn't play since he left Dayton, since and so now he had to go through it all in the NBA, and I think this year is different. Been through the NBA.
Yeah, D, still coming a little choppy.
Okay, yeah, I pass it to CT.
Yeah. Let me hit you with a question. So did you guys have a question you asked me?
No. What's your question?
Yeah, man. I want to know from KJ and you, what sort of in looking at how confident we are in this squad. What teams do you think will be standing in our way? What teams do you think are our teams to really key in on that are a threat to us?
I mean, obviously, to me, it's that whole Atlantic division. You're going to throw into Miami. You got to throw in Brooklyn. You got to throw in Boston. I think our division alone, we have to really represent and let them know they have to feel us. Because don't forget, a lot of teams, they still looking at it. I mean, last year to this year, they're looking at the Knicks like, okay, they got better, but they're going to test us a lot. So I think Atlantic division, for us, that whole Atlantic division, we have to really, really touch them. Now, when you go to Indiana, Washington, I think there's a lot of teams this year that, we're really going to be looking at like, what? It's any given night. Anybody can be any given night. But what's going to separate us from everybody else? So I'm saying that whole Atlantic division.
Yeah.
I think that for me, I think the whole thing is a threat, but the one that I want to keep my eye on is Boston, Miami, and I'm going to say Philly.
Boston, okay. I think you've just frozen up a bit, Divine. Yeah, man, I see. Yeah, you said Boston. Yeah, I think Philly. It's hard to tell because they're in flux right now. We don't know what they will end up looking like. But I think after Brooklyn, Milwaukee, it's just us bunched up with Miami, Atlanta. I think Boston, Indy, Chicago, Charlotte, Washington, all that are one level below. So yeah, for me, it's Miami and Atlanta. I really want to make sure we're the better team out of those two. That if we're a better team out of those two, I guarantee that we'll be right up there in the top 4 seed. You know, because I can see those guys being there about.
Yeah. I put Boston in there because I look at what they brought in and who's returning. Remember, Jaylen Brown went down last year at the end of the season. If Jaylen Brown come back healthy, Tatum, Marcus Smart, Dennis Schroeder, Josh Richardson, Al Horford, and they got Williams. What I think they're gonna do is throw Williams at the 5 and move Al Horford to the stretch 4 because he can shoot that 3 ball. They got a good team in Boston, and you got to also remember they brought in Enes Kanter. Brought in a couple of good pieces down there to blend in with that team, man. So I think they're going to be up there. I think they're going to be in it. They're going to be in. That's a great litmus test for us on the start of the season. First game of the season at the world most famous arena against the Boston Celtics. You can't get it no better than that. East Coast rivalry, right up, man. That's going to be popping. So that's a good way to come out the gate for. That's a good litmus test, man. And I hope the world most famous arena be buzzing that night, man. I know I'm gonna be up in that piece. You know what I mean? And man, I hope that,
representing.
Yes, sir.
With the Knicks Real Talk gear on. You know? You're going to be among like a group of other crazy fans too, right? All together.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna be like a kid in Kansas. I'm gonna be taking mad selfies. You know, get one with the Queen's Court, get one with my brother Sim and them, and getting everybody, man. Shaw Powell said he was gonna be up in the building. So before the season get there, I connect with Shaw Powers, meet that brother for supporting the show. Always up in here supporting Knicks Real Talk. You can see that brother there. We're gonna see what the new coach Duke can do. And see what Brad Stevens put together. But Miami gonna be Miami, and you're right. Atlanta gonna be Atlanta. There's something about this Knicks team that we assembled this year. I just think that perimeter shooting gonna explode on jokers, man. I really do. I just think that perimeter gonna be crazy. So
Tim Mahone coming too. Can't forget that. You know, so he got something he got to prove out there that night. His family gonna be in the building. You know, that boy gonna come. He gonna come. I think it's Rucker Park out there in Madison Square Garden. He coming to play. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be lights, camera, action that night. And I cannot wait to witness that myself. So
yeah, it's gonna be a tough season, man. You got a lot of good competition out there, man. Don't get it twisted. I ain't taking the NBA lightly, you know. But real strong. But that's defense. You know what I mean? We do that one a staple that's with us, and that's that defense. And, you know, and I do think we took a minor step back, but I don't think we took a big step back. But I don't think Reggie Bullock is super upgrade over Evan Fournier like that. I think Evan Fournier, he played defense. He ain't no slouch. You know what I mean? He played with Steve Clifford. And Steve Clifford ain't having no slouch play defense on his team like that. You know what I mean? Right. He's such an Abutovic, but look what he did on the offense though. So that's just part of the process. But I think Fournier played good enough defense because the Knicks played good team defense. You know what I mean? And it's put like this here. Let's say it's whoever Fournier was playing, and let's hypothetically, then you do what you do. You switch, and if RJ's guy ain't forming like the other guy, you switched him to. You just put Fournier on the weaker guy, RJ playing it, and let RJ hold down that what that Fournier had. It came down to that. And that's why I think it's a team thing. I'm not. I really think they're gonna be all right defensively, man. And with them rookies they brought in here who could play defense like that, people underestimate Ken Walker. Like I said, second in the league and taking charges. He ain't no slouch on defense. He just plays defense a different way. Where he try to keep you out that passing lane. If you go too fast, he gonna let you run him over and get a charge. Him and Kyle Lowry.
Yeah. Right. ACT. I see the odd man out is Dwayne Bacon. This man can create off the dribble too as well. Defense and can shoot. I think he, and I've been saying this since we started. Dwayne Bacon is going to be a contributor for this team, and he's going to come in and represent. He's my odd man out, Dwayne Bacon. I see a lot. I see a lot, and I see a lot that he can help this team mesh right away. Like how Alec Burke came in and was fourth quarter Burke for, you know.
You mean odd man out, like a X factor, or
Absolutely.
Or is
absolutely, because we still got to look at KNICKS, but I just think Dwayne Bacon's game fits this team. They bring in guys that can create their own shot. Dwayne Bacon, to me, could create a better shot than Bullock. He might not can shoot as better than him, but he could create a shot, and he can play some defense. So, to me, that's what Tibbs is built on, defense and situational things. I still think Dwayne Bacon makes his team, and he's really going to shine for us this year.
Yep, he'll make it. Divine KJ, I'm very, very confident, barring injury, that Dwayne Bacon will make the squad, right? Because a couple of things. He had his best years in Charlotte when coached by Steve Clifford, and Steve Clifford is close to Tibbs. You know, there's a reason Dwayne Bacon's come in. The other thing is he's another body. He's a solid 6'6". You know, if RJ goes down or Grimes isn't quite ready, like he's just we lack depth with Reggie Bullock on. We lack more depth in guys who can guard the perimeter. And who would you rather have? A fourth string Luka Vildoza, if you don't know if you even need him or if he can be healthy, or you choose the other body who you think might be able to help you, throughout an 82-game season, guard some of the other dogs on the perimeter. So I'll be shocked if Dwayne Bacon doesn't make it.
Right.
Yeah.
And also, you waive Vildoza. Yeah, another cat reminded me. You waive Vildoza, 3.5 mil comes off the cap with more money for the buyout market. You keep Dwayne Bacon and you get to keep him on a minimum, a non-guaranteed minimum as well. So,
right.
yeah.
Plus, he played with Kemba and Fournier too. So, he got a lot of weapons in his corner. So that's why he makes
for real.
Win. That's a win-win. If y'all still hear me, because he either can make it or you let him go. Ain't no money off our back. We good. So I think they're in a good situation with that. But Dwayne Bacon gonna be if he get in there, like I said, like I keep saying, if you look at his numbers, the 72 games last year, like I always say, he gave you Reggie Bullock numbers, and he plays defense. You know what I mean? So like I said, you might have lost Reggie Bullock in a sense of maybe a couple of years experience. But if his game translates the way Reggie Bullock did, he could knock down that either way. He could knock it down. I seen him knock it down with the best of them. He get in there and make this thing, man, and that just bodes well because now you got that guy who, like, when you down, the last couple of minutes of the game, you need a stopper. You could throw him, McBride, Grimes, Mitchell Robinson, whatever. You know what I mean? Just you got somebody who can go in there and help put the cap on somebody. And I think that's a good problem to have. I think Bacon it makes it. I could see why they did what they did with Reggie Bullock. You could find them guys, man. 3-and-D is not hard to find. You know what I mean? That's more easy to find than somebody like an Alec Burks who can put the ball in the hole from any angle and shoot a three. I understand why they did it. We was low in the league in scoring last year, so we needed scoring. And Alec Burks scored the ball better than Reggie Bullock. Reggie Bullock can shoot the ball, but he don't score better than Alec Burks score.
Hey KJ, hey, I've seen that video of your handles. Hey, there's some Divine. Check that man's YouTube channel. Divine, KJ's put up some videos of his handles. Getting ready for training camp, man. Getting ready for that last minute call up.
Listen, man. Listen, I was just sure I was a guard, fellas. I told you, your boy KJ is 5'6". I could have took on Muggsy Bogues and no problem, 3 inches taller than Muggsy, baby. But your boy got handles, man. I was quick, man. Listen, your boy was listen. You know what? I always thought about that, man. I wish we can go to the game and get on the court and play one of our players, but I've been a basketball player all my life, and I never let you go to the playground, they don't want to pick the short guy up. They're like, nah, go ahead. I'm like, you know what? Don't pick me now, but I'm gonna represent. So I always had like a chip on my shoulder, not the Napoleon complex, sure, but I always had a chip on my shoulder when especially on the basketball court. But I was a quick guard. I played all 4. I made the high school team all 4 years where I'm at. So yeah, I've always been a fan, especially a Knicks fan. So I always, growing up in the '90s, watching those Knicks players, it gave me some sort of toughness out there on the court. So I try. I help coach. I coach AAU basketball. I train my sons. I'll be posting videos of them soon too as well, CT and Devon. So you see, hopefully we'll have some future Knicks point guards in the future. You gotta watch out for. But
stay in that direction.
And you're wearing you're doing all that. What's impressive is you're doing all that with slides on.
Yeah, I was in the little basement, man, doing my little dribbles, whatever. I'm gonna post some more pictures up. But I got a question for both y'all.
Okay.
In the chat. Who has a better record this year? The Dallas Knicks or the New York Knicks?
I'm gonna go with Dallas.
Of course. But what do you think Dallas' record should be? It's going to be.
I think Dallas got better in this sense. I kid you not. Because they work out here. I think they brought in 2 defensive ball players, Franklin and Reggie Bullock. They needed defense. And that's what they solved that problem. They solved half of that problem anyway. Their team got better defensively just with them 2 alone. You know what I mean? They got some ball hogs right there. Frank Ntilikina and Reggie Bullock can hog somebody on the basketball court. So I think that's pretty. They have that. But I do think they reckon won't be better than the Knicks though. Because first of all, they're playing in the West, and and you got some dangerous teams out there. LeBron and them, Utah, everybody, man. And Denver on the come up. They just gave Michael Porter Jr. his max money. You know what I mean? And they looking to do. Gave Aaron Gordon his money. Donovan Mitchell with Mike Conley coming back for on a 3-year deal. If he wouldn't have missed the playoffs, that might have been the story in the playoffs. He wouldn't have been out of the playoffs. So I think Luka and them got a tougher task than we do. Even though the East got better, they don't got Damian Lillard over here and all them Steph Curry and LeBron James and Kawhi Leonard. We might got players that came from the West, but we ain't got none of them though. So I say the Knicks.
It's just funny to me. Go ahead, CT. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just quickly going to say, look out for a KP trade. I think if he is healthy, they'll look to capitalize and try to get off the 150 mil.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see KP going on.
Because think about it, that gives them a clean slate to build more around Luka. If they can clear his money, that opens a door for another max dude to buddy with Luka. They thought KP was going to be that dude, but now they know he's not. So, get him off now before the knees go snap.
Right. Yeah. You got to, man. Like, we seen it. It wasn't working, and I just wanted to count how many Knicks players. They got KP. You got Tim Hardaway. You got Courtney Lee still there too, right?
I think Courtney
Lee. Yeah. Trey Burke. THJ. Frank.
Reggie Bullock. Wow, that's like 6 players right there, right? So
there's a whole starting 5 of Knicks.
That's crazy.
Maybe we waive Vildoza and he goes there.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
We might as well keep making deals with them, right? I mean, we got their picks, so.
And let me ask you that.
First.
How do you think the Knicks going to approach going into training camp in this season? What do you think their approach is? Like we were talking about this earlier, is it just pretty much get an older guys a little burn? That's not a lot little, and then let the young guys get the rest of it, which I think you think they're gonna go all out and start their starting 5, do their main 10 rotation, and What do you think? Not what do you think? What would you rather? Which way would you rather go with that?
For me, fellas, I want to go with the young guys. I think Tibbs pretty much knows what these the vets can do out there. Play him a little bit, but I really want to see a lot of these young guys and on the fence guys like Knox. We got to see a lot of Knox. We got to see a lot of Bacon, Grimes, Sims, McBride. We have to see those players. And Valdoza to some point. We got to see exactly how he matches up. And like I said, who's going to be the other dogs that we need out there to really go compete out here for playoff push and get out of this first round. We need to see who else next. And also quickly in Toppin's development with the other players that we have too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I really want to see a lot of that. You know, we know what Kemba can do. We know what Fournier can do. Julius, Barrett, Mitch. You know, we still might see some of those players, but I really want to see a lot of the young guys play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What about you, CT?
Yeah, I have to agree. The thing is, before the season, confidence can be built, and then that can just catapult you to success. I think the fact that think about how far ahead the Grimes, McBride, Sims are compared to Obi and Quickly last season, right? They've already had summer league, 6 games. Last year, Obi and Quickly didn't have any games. They were just thrust into game 1, and they found their feet. So I think these rookies, to KJ's prediction, if McBride plays against Boston, I won't be shocked at all. You know, I think summer league, camp, and 4 preseason games going to have these guys available to help. You know, in the first game, if needed.
Yeah, that I second that. I think I would like to see the rookies for sure. I think you let the starters come in, give you 3 to 4 to 5 minutes a quarter, because you got to get your body and where you have an actual NBA game though. You can't go and train in some league and not some league in the off season. Don't play them. I think you start them cats, give them their minutes to get their bodies loose, play the game of basketball, get the synergy back. Because they're gonna have to have that synergy too. They need their camaraderie too. Kemba Walker and Fournier never played together with these guys. So I think preseason is gonna be a time where they can gel and play together. For that way they don't go into the season not having built some type of chemistry. So I do think Tibbs gonna throw them cats out there. You know what I mean? For they can develop that chemistry and all that good stuff. And then in maybe like the second half, throw the young guys in. But you gotta get them guys burned and get that continuity and learn each other's tendencies. They weakness, their goods and their bads. So you will know how to adapt to that when the season get here. So I do think they're gonna play them guys. I just hope they don't play them a lot. I hope they give them enough burn to make them feel like they got a good workout in. And then then let the young guys come in there. And it shouldn't be about the wins and losses in preseason. That's what I'm trying to say. It's more about the development. It's more about development. I don't care how many preseason games we win or lose. In them 4 or 5 games, did we see this team connect on all the things that we thought they were going to connect on? Are they doing what we thought they were going to do? What I want to see is I want to see that perimeter, that our starting line of perimeter. I want to really see how that thing going to gel this year. I want to see how they going to use that ball to knock them shots down. But I do think that's going to be our strong. I think our strong point next year is our 3-point shooting. Now we already know our defense is obviously is the main factor. But in the offense, I think it's our 3-point shooting. I think that they're going to move that ball around that perimeter and whoever open shoot it. And so I think I would like to see how they get that thing going. How Kemba Walker get his shots. How they going to play Julius Randle? They're going to let Kemba Walker be the driving factor. Then obviously they might every now and then throw Randle in the post, or they just going to say, you know what, put the center down there. And we play on the perimeter. We dare you to come out here, or dare you not to come out here. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting to see, man. But I think hopefully they split that time. Salute Knicks and 6. Salute my brother. Salute to you. Yeah, I definitely see that. It would be a plus, man. And I just think that they got to do that. And I think if they do that and then let the young guys get their burn in the second half, but we definitely got to get that chemistry going and that continuity going into the regular season. So I see T. I think that we definitely gonna play these guys.
Yeah, I think Tibbs always wants to try guys that can help you win. I think, and he had a big say in who we drafted. Remember, we made a few maneuvers. We moved back. We picked up McBride in the second round, Grimes in the 25th pick. So Tibbs was working with Leon on who could help us. Who's a two-way guy. There may not necessarily be no star. They just need to come in, play their role, right? We have a foundation, and we have many picks next season, like we spoke on. So we don't want to draft too many rookies that are like KNICKS, just sitting on the bench, not sure able to, if they can contribute, and they're earning checks. So I think this season they strategically went around guys who are good role players, can fit in, play the game, pass, move, shoot, defend. And I think we did that. I think Tibbs had a big say in who he selected, and I think he'll have no hesitation in throwing them out there.
Yeah. You know what? I said this early last season too. I said this, on the street early last season. I was like, after Obi and quickly, Knicks gonna be they not hunting for no top drafted rookie talent. You know what I mean? The Knicks wasn't concerned with that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because they building for a championship, and they knew that after Obi Toppin, what is another rookie gonna do on his team? Now that you got Grimes and all those guys, what would other than get them ready for? And if you're gonna get him ready, he might not be the type of caliber player that can come in and start. You know what I mean? Knicks not grabbing nobody in the top 15. I don't think again for a minute. I think that's over with. I think the Knicks drafting number 1 in the top 15 right now is over until they redo this thing. Because I think they're on the cusp of winning games and getting lower draft picks. You know what I mean? So I thought that thing was over last year. I was like, Knicks ain't going to no lottery. Knicks ain't go. They done built this thing where in the next 5 years, Tom Thibodeau is not going to be in no lottery. I can tell you that right now. So I think all them picks might be movable to me. You think about it, next year we got our 22, right? We just moved that 21 to 22, and so that bodes well for us. We got 2 or 3 first rounders next year, and I can see 2 of them and one more, and some going in a trade to bring somebody in here, because I don't think they're going to use all of them like that. I just think they're done with that, man. And so I think we right now, after Grind and Deuce and all them, you're obviously gonna keep bringing players in to keep the farm club going. You know what I mean? To keep the talent in the organization. But what I mean is, I don't think they're gonna be doing no lottery situation unless they will and deal and make one by having this. They happen. They got no choice, but they made it in. It worked out for them. Brock Aller, he will and deal. So I wouldn't be surprised anything he could pull off with all the draft picks we got. So I don't know what this class going to be like this year. I don't think that's a Knicks concern. I don't. That's why I wasn't tripping when we didn't go up in the 8th this year to get a bunch of them players. I let the chips fall where they may, and I think what they did was they got players who fit what they do, and they got the talent. Yeah, they got the talent already. They didn't need one of them guys, to me, that was so super. Like, he's gonna be that next dude, because the way they built right now, the Knicks trying to win a ring, and some guys is not gonna get no burn if you ain't seasoned. If you ain't seasoned right now, the only way you get burned is you crack this joint and make it happen. And like quickly and Obi last year. And that, to me, that was by default, because that's just a talent that we had. We didn't, so they had the place kind of. You know what I mean? But this year I might be different. So let's hope and see how that thing goes, for sure.
I want to ask both of you. I think we all agree, but how do you all think that Tibbs will stay 5 years, the full deal? Do you all think he'll stay that long?
I do.
I do too. Yeah, absolutely.
I do. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The first time in a long time, the Knicks had a coach that stayed the whole contract. He's worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's people worried that
last year was Mike Woodson left, and Kenny Payne. They was after Kenny Payne too. He could have left too. So all these coaches. That was after year 1. So for all them coaches to stay and could have got better opportunities, Tibbs the head of the ship. I can't see him going anywhere.
Yeah, there's fears from some people that his approach, wears people out. Like his thorough coaching and approach to push guys. The voice can wear thin after a few years of not winning. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. We don't have success in year 2 and 3. We'll see, but look, he's got the support. He's got the support of Randall, support of the front office. So yeah, with that said, I can see it happening.
Yeah. It's another thing to me is interesting. I mean, let's start for right now. He bought it from 21 wins to 30-41 in 1 year one. So that means you knew this year was going to keep coming. This was gonna happen to me. We ball out this year, get to the second round. Next thing you know, he in his 3rd year. You know what I mean? Believe me, 5 years go fast. He already going into the 2nd year. We get to the playoffs and do good. He get to the 2nd round, hypothetically. So that means he's gonna be back year 3. The contract will be almost over. Then so I do think Tibbs is gonna be around. The only way Tibbs, I think the Knicks gonna sustain what they're doing. I really do. I think our organization gonna sustain what we're doing. So I think he'd be around. I think Tibbs came here for a reason. That man, this is a dream job. Connecticut born, grew up a Knick. His resume, the final thing on his resume got to be a championship in New York City. Then he can hang it up.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He can hang it up. And I don't think that man is not going to squander that opportunity. I don't see that happening. I don't see him squandering that opportunity to get your dream job, to close the end of chapter on your book. A young kid from Connecticut win the ring in New York.
And also, Devon and CT, whatever coaches and players win a championship in New York City, that has to be the greatest championship ever. To win a championship and to bring New York City a championship basketball at that. Like,
man,
you going down in history, like there's nothing else you can say, So I think that, and then the players that want to work for that, they want to be able to say, no, we did that. We haven't had a championship in over 40-something years. To bring that team back and win a championship, come on, man. That's anybody would want that. And now we see where it could go, So to your point, CT, Tibbs will definitely be here in the next 5 years. They might even extend it before that, depending on how, like you said, what he does in this year and the year after. Like, of course, patience can wear thin, but I think with this brass and the players that respect him, you still got D Rose and you got Taj Gibson there to anchor all that, so that they with him, and he's bringing the players that he wants, So let's see.
And one thing I CT and KD, I want to piggyback on something. This is important too. Everybody always talk about how Tom Thibodeau was hard on the players, how Tom Thibodeau run people in the ground, and everywhere that man went, Derrick Rose and Todd Gibson followed him. So a lot of that is just noise. You know what I mean? That's just
right.
Noise. It's just noise. And Tibbs is a good coach. You know what? You're supposed to go hard. Tibbs is New Yorker. He's New Yorking him. He come from that era of Van Gundy, Pat Riley. He's a coach who go hard, and his players supposed to go hard. When the NBA paying you a lot of money, dude, you're supposed to go hard. You should be able to play 40 minutes a game. I'm not saying you have to. You're supposed to be in good enough condition. You get paid to be in good condition, top strength. Your cardio supposed to be up. Everything's supposed to be on point. So if they say play 48 minutes because you had to, you should be able to play 48 minutes. You got the best trainers in the world. You got the best equipment, some of the best doctors and trainers. I mean, their stamina is way above ours. Their stamina compared to ours is night and day. You know what I mean? So I do think Tibbs get a bad rap with that, because if he was so bad of a coach like that, I don't think Derrick Rose and Todd Gibson would go everywhere that man go. You would be like, yo, I don't want to play for him. That man terrible. He runs us to the ground, or he overworks us. You don't hear no cats saying that stuff, man. You know what I mean? So I just think a lot of it just be that noise, and I just think Tibbs is the type of guy you get paid to play basketball to the fullest, and everybody need a rest. But he believed that because they so good at what they do, they so skilled and strong and well conditioned, they can handle that. Because I think about it. We grew up at playing on the basketball on the concrete for 5 hours. All day long we play a basketball in the concrete jungle. And you think our needs ain't worse than theirs? We don't even got the stuff they got. You know what I mean? We don't even have the training that they got. You know what I mean? And the medicine and all that. So I just think it's different. And I think Tibbs is a guy that, the reason why I think he's going to be here, because I think he built for this. Think about all the guys we brought in here after Mike Wilson. Here's one of them things. They wasn't built for New York. Hornacek had a mental tough because he played tough when he was in Utah, in the NBA. He's a tough ball player. He was a tough dude. He was pretty tough. You know what I mean? He could handle New York in that fashion. He had that mentality almost like a New Yorker when it comes to toughness. But other than that, Fizdale didn't have it. They didn't have that stuff. Derek Fisher didn't have it. None of them cats, other than what's his name, Rambers. He was on the interim. Rambers was a tough. He they didn't have the mentality. Tibbs got that mentality. The coach in New York City, and you could tell when you look at him at the press conference today. You could tell that man work out. He's like, man, you cats. I run all over you cats, and then mentally, So I think he's ready for this. I think he stay 5 years with no problem.
And also look to that. We didn't even bring this up. Guess who nobody's talking about anymore? James Dolan. So James Dolan is gonna say, "Oh no, he's gonna pay that man." He asked Tibbs actually helped him out, bring all the fire off him. Nobody's blaming Dolan no more. Dolan just said we don't hear that talk right now anymore. So, Dolan not gonna want that man to go nowhere.
Nah, right. And another reason, real quick, CT, just quick point. And the reason why you want it like that, if you brought back Scott Perry, I know they're gonna let him. They're gonna bring him back because you don't want to keep paying. They still paying David Fizdale, paying all these coaches, man, who they let go 5 years. Shit, they just barely got finished playing Phil Jackson. You know what I mean? So they go, I'm not doing no 2-year deals and y'all leaving. I'm firing y'all every 2 years and wasting $25 million. They like, nah. Enough is enough. They need some structure. They started getting structure. Listen, they kept Perry, they kept Randall, they keeping these guys that's important to that organization. They gonna keep Tibbs. I just think that's what they're doing now. And Leon Rose, people don't realize Leon Rose and James Dolan go back. They got a friendship. Him and Worldwide Western too. That's all interconnected, believe it or not.
Right.
Worldwide Western, James Dolan go back. You know what I mean? And I think that that bodes well for them because for him, and I think he's earned it so far. So like I said, by the time year 5 come, we be like, man, for year 5 already here. And let me ask you guys a question, CT. If you had to take a player right now, the way we do the wheel and deal, who is it you think will come to the Knicks that'll put us close to where we need to be or get us to the Eastern Conference Finals? If you had to take a player right now that you think might be available, who that player that you guys think that would help get us to that level? Man,
that's like attainable, like realistic.
Yeah, they're absolutely obtainable.
Yeah. Man, I got to go either Miles Turner or Cat. Just because we got everybody else. We got, not saying Mitch ain't it, but we don't yet know his game. How it will develop and his health. So if you just ask me to insert one dude that would put us into the top 2 in the East, I think a center like Turner or Cat would. With everyone else, we're top 2 team. There's no way Brooklyn could hang with that. They ain't got no center that could guard Cat. They've only got small ball centers now.
Wow, let me see. A lot of wide got Donovan Mitchell. Canal got Levine and Towns, and the Queen got Dame.
Ooh.
Yeah, so.
Hey, facts. Dame, real deal. Hey, I take more with D Rose, my man.
Dame is better.
So that I like your pick, CT. That's beautiful. So, Devon, great question, right? So if we got Dame and Simmons, not saying they're attainable because the money is crazy. But imagine Damian Lillard and Ben Simmons on this team.
Mhm.
Now we talking some over of people, right? But
Yeah, whatever.
Dame, Ben Simmons on this team.
Who you taking out of there though?
I mean, obviously there's gonna be a lot of people that overhaul. All those picks are gonna have to go. All those picks are gonna have to go. Let's get it right. All them picks is going. 2, 3, whatever we got left, we getting them out of there. Because you know why? Just because we know Leon Rose and World Wide West, they're going to find a way to make it happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how the money even work. I'm just saying, you asked the question, if who would take us to the top if we had both of those players right there.
Yeah. For me, right now, if they're available, I'm gonna go out and say because of position. I think if we get Carl Anthony Towns at the 5 in New York, we can get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Salute to my man Johnny Timon. Long time not here from Johnny Timon. Salute to you, my brother. I'm glad you're doing well. Thanks for coming up in here, man. Good to see you again, for sure. Talk to you again. My bad. I think you take that 25, 24, 25, and 11, throw it at the 5 with Julius Randle, and we keep Fournier, RJ, and a combination of Derrick Rose and them. I'll go that, but that Damian Lillard, obviously, that's what you could do. So we're gonna bring the one no other who's to put it in here, the first lady of the MVK, the queen of all queens. Stephanie gonna be here because she got the DAME on hers. What up, sis? How you?
How's everybody?
How you doing, sis?
I'm good. Long time no see, no be on. But I usually work, so I'll be listening to you guys while I'm working, and then afterwards I'm trying to get my notes together. So the conversation has been great. I was like, they on again 2 days in a row. So
Yeah, I did it today. Training camp. We got some juices going, sis.
yeah, listen, keep doing your thing. I appreciate
Appreciate
you,
it.
KJW, man. You guys are great. Listen, this is wishful thinking. This is definitely wishful thinking. But you put Dame on this team and just take one of the guards away. Listen, I love Kimba. I love Rose. I like both of them. This is just wishful thinking. If we had Dame and Kimba or Dame and Rose, I like our chances to make the Eastern Conference Final. Like, that guy is legit now.
Yeah.
Now, if we start getting into salary and what's our window because of his age, it's a different story. But the question was right here, right now, who can we put on this team that take us to the Eastern Conference Finals and have a chance, at making it to the finals? It would be Dame. You put Dame on this team, it changes everything. This guy he's legit.
Yeah,
He's legit.
You know what? You're right about it. I said that's one thing we're missing and all that. That's why I agree with you with Dame. He you know what? He ain't scared of the big moments. He ain't scared of the big moments. You know what I mean? And you need dudes like that in the playoffs. I agree with you, man. Much as I love Carl every town, I just like them because of the salary issue. And I think that 5 spot, 24 and 11, will be used next to Julius Randle all day. But man, Dame Lillard. The kid is special. It's just a shame that he in Portland rotting away like that, man.
And they didn't even improve their roster that much. Like, he was complaining about last year's roster. I don't know if this year's roster is any better.
Right. Very true.
Yeah. But Devon, let me say this. And the rest of you guys may know who go way back. If you're trying to win a championship, I agree with you. I like Cat. I like his skill set. I like his numbers. But when you're trying to win a championship, you gotta have that guy that even though everybody is keying on him, even though they know where the ball is going, there's nothing they can do about it. You gotta have that type of guy. And you gotta have a guy that's not afraid of the moment.
Right.
And I'm hoping Julius is that guy. I believe Kimba is, it's just about his health. I believe he's that, that type of guy as well. But we already know Dame is that.
Yeah. That's why I brought that question up. Not so much to get into trade talk. I just want to know who would be that dude. Because the East got real good this year, man. You know, but I see what Trae Young did with his cast of guys.
Right.
If they can get to the Eastern Conference Finals with them,
right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and that's what I said, man. If we get the right piece, and give Julius Randle that same production Julius Randle can give you, and you still got R.J. Fournier and Kemba Walker.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty explosive, man. In the East, to do that. You know what I mean, with the defense that they play. So it'd be interesting, man. I just wanted to chop that up in there, man. And you know, so how you feel? I know you got to be excited about training camp, man. Like all of us.
Oh man, yeah. Listen, I'm excited about training camp. We don't have to manufacture content now, right? It's coming straight from the Knicks and from watching the game. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to actually meeting you, Divine, in person on October 20th. I'm looking forward to that. And just being with all you guys. Like this has been amazing. Like last year on MBK, that wasn't your first year, right?
It was. I came on Sense Panel probably not. Well, it might have been into last year, but before the into
before the season. Okay.
Yeah.
How much has changed, since that time? You got your own show. I got my own show. It's crazy. But this is the Knicks season. I was excited about last season, but I didn't know what was gonna happen. Right, this season, I'm pumped. I'm pumped up for this season for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, CT, I think we got a good chance to do this thing pretty good, man. We got to be patient with it. Just keep doing what we're doing. I like the way our team's constructed. I like the balance of young talent. I like the balance of middle veteran, older veterans, middle veterans, young talent. I just think that they one or two players away from really making some noise. I don't know, like I said, obviously we talked about them guys, but if this thing keep Steph and CT and KD, if this thing keep going the way it's going, I think we do get. I do think Tiz might walk away with a ring in New York.
Listen, they building it the right way, and listen. Yeah, sure, we can bring in people, but if there's so many Knicks on this roster with potential. If just two of them pop, the Knicks are on another level this season. Like if Mitch takes it to another level and RJ takes it to another level, just two, pick any two. Like when I look at Quick and RJ Barrett, not RJ Barrett, Obi, and I could be aging myself, it reminds me of Rodman and Sally. Two different players for sure, but they had those two rookies, those two young players that would come off the bench and change everything. And Quickly and Obi have the chance to do that. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at my man Nick's a sick. Hey Nick, she knows she can get the buck. She can get the bag from me, brother. She can get the bag from me. Come on now. Come on, brother. You already know. Yeah, man. It's a pleasure having you over here, man. We love the wise head and sister. I was saying that earlier. It was funny. I was talking to BX. I said, man, you know what? When I get to the game, man, I get to give Steph and him a hug, take selfies with him.
Yeah.
Sim gets some selfies. It's gonna be crazy, man. I'm gonna come back and it's just gonna be a part of the platform, maybe a beautiful montage about that opening night thing, man.
Yeah,
excited, man.
You gonna be there, KJ?
Not
KJ,
yet,
you
no.
prefer KJ or KJW?
It don't matter. KJ, KJW, whatever you want to call me.
Okay.
I'll be there. I got a key on that Christmas game. I'm not for the first game. Not for the first game.
Oh, for Christmas. Okay,
when I do, you guys will definitely know.
Sure.
So I'm gonna meet some of you guys. I'm Divine. You way down where you at, but we're gonna get to a game.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So hey, let me get y'all CT. Let me get y'all prediction for the season. Give me your best. How would I say? What do you think the Knicks could end up this year? Not so much record-wise, not only record-wise, playoff-wise development. What do you see the Knicks going this year with all that stuff?
Oh, you.
Yeah, CT.
Okay.
I think we just continue from last season's success, and we take the next step. Whichever way you want to, factor that in, which is either second round performance or Eastern Conference Finals. I think we may take a step back in standings, but we will take a step forward in being a better team.
Yeah.
And this seems to be the first year that most of the fan base is complaining the least. You know, there's very little to complain about, you know, compared in seasons past. You know, there was scapegoats, there was coaching. I just think this year is going to be the year that most of the fan base gets behind the team. You know.
Yeah.
I think our points per game total go up. To me, we just have too much firepower on this team, and the offense is definitely going to be a run and gun team. So points per game total, I got going up.
Yeah, I got us 48 to 50 wins. I got us staying in that 4th seed. I mean, I know Miami has improved. Atlanta is still good. I just think that Miami is that first unit is really strong, but that bench is not that strong. I think that's where we have them beat. And as tough as they are, I see PJ Tucker making it tough for Randall. I don't see him stopping him. You know what I mean? And as tough as Butler is, he got to play Barrett or Fournier. He can't stop both of them. And whoever Duncan Robinson is playing, that's where they're gonna get there. So I have the Knicks. I'm really high on the Knicks this season. I'm really high on them this season. Especially if Kemba can play like 68 games. I'm really high on them. So I definitely see, to be honest, if we lost in the second round, I'd be disappointed. If everything breaks the way I think it can break, the Knicks can go to the Eastern Conference Finals. The Knicks can go to the Eastern Conference. A few players on this team have to take a leap, though. Have to improve. And I'm gonna add this one thing. I hear people looking for RJ Barrett to score more points or what have you, and I'm okay with that. But if RJ Barrett becomes that two-way player, guards the best wing on the other team, scores 16, 17, 18 points, he's very efficient. He's not only shooting off the catch like last year, but he's also now shooting off the dribble, and he's that dynamic player, that do-it-all player. He could be our second best player on the team, despite the fact that he's not the second leading scorer, if he takes on that type of role and impacts the game on both sides. So, yeah, I'm very high on the Knicks.
Yeah. I'm looking at the 50. I definitely have 51. I've been pretty fair with that. I just like what we got here, and I like the way they built it. Panel. I just think that continuity they brought back was amazing to me. It was so important that they brought back that continuity. I know when we first signed Noel and Alex Bergson back, people power was like, man, but they probably was always gonna go big game hunting or something. But I like what they did. I think when you know how each other play, it makes the game easier. It translates to the court. You know their tendencies, you know what they do, and you know what, they earned that. Them Cats was part of a 41-win team last year. Them Cats, they earned their money. They earned the right to bring them guys back. And I'm glad they did because they're good contracts. All of them, Derrick Rose, all them guys, they got good contracts and they team friendly. For what we could, worst case scenario, people will be willing to take them, and we will be willing to trade for them, with them. So I think it was a good move, but I really think we could do 50, man. The East got tough. Now, like I said, we know the creme of the creme up the top. Milwaukee and Brooklyn. After that, I think it's fair game, even with Philly. Because I think sometimes it's hard to overcome chaos and drama. Sometimes, sometimes it is. Sometimes that thing can destroy an organization, or not only a locker room but an organization. Yep. So until they get this Ben Simmons thing resolved, I just think that, so I agree with Steph with the Miamis of the world, and Atlanta's there. I got to throw Boston up in there. I think they got Yeah, you can't sleep on Boston with them wing defenders they got. Marcus Smart, Schroeder, and oh my God, they got a good team too. But I
People
do think
sleeping on Schroeder though. I think he's gonna be all right. Just because he didn't play that well with the Lakers doesn't mean he's not gonna play that well with Boston.
facts, Queen.
Plus, he
Because
want that bag. He know he fumbled the bag, so he need to get his money.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
maybe he'll play well enough that the Knicks may go after him next year.
Hey, Steph, it's funny you say that. Can you imagine if Kimbo and we would have got Dennis Schroeder? That wouldn't have been bad neither.
It would not. I know people were sleeping on him, but I always say just because somebody plays one way with one team doesn't mean they're gonna play that way with your team. You think about how he played with Atlanta. He didn't lose that skill. How he played with OKC. He didn't lose that skill. He still got it. You know? So for whatever reason, he just didn't look that great in LA. But I think under Tibbs, anybody is gonna improve.
Mhm.
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely. ACT, I agree because I think that you know, Dennis Schroeder, he had a good year in OKC. So you know, he had a good year there. But I think we here's two things I'm really happy about with the Knicks guy. That's why I try to put us at this 51 thing. I think we got almost one of these pairing wise, the best pairings backcourt and the best pair of front court that a team can have. Kemba Walker and Derrick Rose, Mitchell Robinson and Nerlens Noel. You got
No
Pie.
drop off.
Yeah, right. No drop off. Yeah, now and that's probably going to be one of the best defense back front lines in the game. I really do believe that. Them two as a tandem. I mean, you talking about your centers giving you close to 5 or 6 blocks a game. You know what I mean? And if they can do the double thing, I just think that's what makes the Knicks so dynamic. That they strong. And we were talking about this last night. That even if Mitch was in the second unit, Mitchell Robinson, Obi Toppin. And oh my God, I think Derrick Rose have a field day with them cats throwing that ball up to them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
man.
It's a bad idea if that happens.
I think it'll be even better because at least we know he gonna catch it. Noel is 50-50.
Right.
You know?
right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's facts there, man. I think we good. That's why I'm really happy about our team. I really like that. I like that front, that front and back side, man. I think Derrick Rose and Kemba Walker, they all stars, MVP, proven veteran players, you know, and they just know how to play basketball. And so they're not going up. When they go up against Westbrook, they ain't gonna be shook. When they go up against certain, they ain't gonna be shook. We go mano. You know what I mean? Some cats get shook like that, but you know, Derrick Rose and Kemba Walker ain't gonna get shook no matter what point guard in the NBA they play.
Nope.
Shook. So I think that's a good thing to have for us with that veteran experience and the way they score the ball. And if Kemba Walker, like you said, could play 62 games, averaged 19 points last year with Jaylen Brown, with Jason Tatum, ain't no different with Randall and RJ Barrett. He still would do the same thing, you know. And they had their team. So yeah, I would like to see that backcourt and that front court. I think that's going to be our key. I think I know we're going to get out the rest of them, but if that front court can stay healthy and that backcourt can stay healthy, then I agree with you. I think Knicks can get to the Eastern Conference Finals if everybody pops.
No, definitely no doubt about it. And Rose and Kimba is going to make that opposing guard work. So Lowry is a very good defender, but he ain't gonna have no time off, you know. And whenever he's in the game, he's gonna have to guard Kimba. He's gonna have to guard Derrick Rose. You know what I mean? So it's not like a Peyton where you can lay off a little bit. And no disrespect to Peyton, I respect what he did for us, but this is a different dynamic with the backcourt we have right now. You can't sleep. You know, those guys can score on all three levels, hit the three, the mid-range, take it to the hole. You got to be on your P's and Q's. And that's a lot of energy out of you because you got to score on your side and you got to really defend on the other side.
Right.
Yeah.
And you also got quickly induced right there in the back, learning from both of them.
Right.
You know, so hey, Steph, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked TT and Devon. On a 2-on-2 full court, game is 2. Who wins? Deuce and Quickly versus Derrick and Kemba. Full court. Game is 2.
Full court. Oh, that's tough. I may go with Deuce and That's a tough one. That's a tough one. And the only thing I'm thinking The only thing I'm thinking is quickly gonna come over half court and pull up right from there because because of the range he had. He gonna pull up right from there. And Deuce, and listen, Deuce can he got that lockdown defense. Those guys are vets though, but he gonna make them work for it. That's even. That's definitely even.
Right.
But
Now, the reason I say
the
that,
little knee issues are, I don't know. Maybe they they may not be as fast. That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
If it was half court, I would go with D Rose because D Rose could back all of them down and go right up.
It was half court, right? You said full court.
Right, and the other reason I say that is because I've been telling Divine and CT the past couple of days. I want to see Rose and Kemba together in a lineup at some point. It's not starting or coming off the bench, but I just think them two in the backcourt is going to make a heck of a difference for this team. And then you also got, I want to see Deuce and Quickly in the backcourt together because that's our future right there, just to see where we at, just to see how they communicate with each other. So I'm hoping that comes to fruition
that
soon.
Might happen in preseason. I don't know if that's gonna happen in the game. But you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Kemba and Rose close out a game.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah,
you know,
two good ball handlers. And ain't scared of the moment. I agree with you, man. They so I like the way they constructed so good that they just can go anyway with this thing, man. But I think they just keep doing what they do, and I'm excited. I'm like, I can't wait. I thought I wish I woke up tomorrow and it was the 5th. You know what I mean?
Right. It don't even have to be the 20th. Just be the 5th. Preseason, you know.
Right. Just be the 5th. And I'm like, watch this thing just drag on out. You're gonna drag on out. But I'm excited. I'm excited, man. I just get chilled knowing that this season came this fast. And it's right around the corner, man. You know, we held it down. Us, the content creators, we held it down, though. You know, we held it down all year long. Yeah, even in the off season. You know, salute to all the content creators, man, and all the Knicks fans, man. They locked in to preseason everything. You know what I mean? I mean, not preseason. I mean, summer league, draft, in the season. So it was pretty fun, man, for real.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if the Garden is sold out for the first preseason game.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Yeah. Knicks and Six, appreciate you, man. We see you, my brother. Be good. Thanks for checking up in here, man. We talk to you soon. I'm really excited for that. But I'm going on it. I believe in it. I like Steph said, I was amped last year because we got Thibodeau.
Right.
Now I'm even more amped because we got Thibodeau with some pieces around him. You know, we put somebody around this dude right, man. This is the year Thibodeau you can really get to see what that man made of, even on another level coaching. Because he got some pieces around. Yeah, so oh man.
I was seeing he had his keys for defense and his keys for offense, and from them offensive keys you could see what the Knicks are trying to do, because like one of them was pace. So I'm like, wow. So now it sounds like they're gonna run a little more, run the offense a little faster, get those easy points. That'll definitely help. And then the other one was move off the ball, because a lot of times people were stagnant off the ball. So that movement and that and getting some transition baskets is gonna help us, like you said, KJW. We're gonna score more points, and those would be easy points if we get them in transition.
Yeah. ACT, don't you have that? Don't you have that? I think you had on your show when you breaking down the offense things. Can you pull that up?
Yeah, for real. I can pull it up. Let me just get onto the computer. I'm on my phone, so.
Okay, don't inconvenience yourself.
No, I can do it. I can do it. Just give me a few minutes.
Okay. Yeah. He actually broke that down on the Streets of Butler earlier. He had the actual one you talk about, Seth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in the slide. So
I'm gonna have to check that. I'm gonna have to check that show out too. It's so many content creators, but the last 2 weeks I got a little system. I'm like, okay, I can watch this show while I'm doing this. I can watch this show while I'm doing that. I can listen to this while I'm driving over here. Just to try to show love to the fam.
Well, yeah, man. You know how we appreciate you, man. Now, that's real talk, man. And there's not a lot of you out there. You know what I mean? So it's not. It male dominated, basically. You know, it's a male dominated thing.
Yes.
But the love, like I said, one thing I always know that you hear in spirit. If you ain't on it, if you ain't on a panel, you definitely watching the show.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
I appreciate your support.
Yeah.
You know, my love for you, man, goes deep with that, man. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and that's how I feel now. With all, it's good because there's Nick information everywhere. It's good though. You know, you never get hungry for Nick's information.
Nah.
You never get hungry. You never go hungry with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. And you know what? No matter how many shows, people still packing it. You know, you be like, all right, another show. People are still watching. People love the Knicks.
Yeah, there you go, right there.
There it is.
That's the one on defense. He got transition defense, compete, challenge shots, defend. Defend physical
without fouling. Yes,
lovely. That was Mitchell's issue coming into the league.
Yeah.
Coming out of high school with he early hands high. I just think that they locked in, Steph. I think that's
look at that first to floor. They even focusing on getting dirty when that ball is loose. Who's gonna get there first?
Taj.
Yeah, wow, this is great. So, all right, CT, I'm gonna have to look at this episode. You did that today.
Yeah. You know what?
Let me pull up the offense.
I like to play for each other. Play for each other.
Play for each other. Yes.
Wow.
Space. So it's gonna be more open. Listen.
Move without the ball. Exactly.
That's what to me that go to triangle. Yes, indeed. Almost like the Traders keep moving that ball around, and that I think Steph, CT, good point about bringing that before moving the ball around. Now we don't have a stagnant team because Alpha Payton and Red Bullet made it stagnant.
Right.
I mean, they didn't really have that game like that, or Kimber Walker, Evan Fournier.
Right.
You
didn't have to play them. Like the ball is on one side, you can play off of them a lot. Now, no way. And that's what's opening up the space because the defense can't step off too much. So you hugging your man, that leaves a lot of space in the middle. So if you could get past your guy, that's a layup right there, or open shot. So I'm really looking forward to this pace because I thought the Knicks played a little slow last year, but I thought they had to. They just didn't have a running team.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? He still got the threes there.
Right.
And we were nice for three that year for a percentage wise. Like Derek said, he would love us to see us to go 37 to 43 the game.
Yeah.
But let it be the end all be all. But man, and they got that starting lineup all shoot 40% last year, except for Kimber Walker, a little above the league average. But other than the center, or RJ 40, Randall 41, 42, Fournier 40 something. I mean, Kimber probably gonna be now this year. He might shoot better because he in the Knicks gym. And so now you got a deadly three. I mean, it's literally, man. And I like that. They talking about Noel stretching a little bit every now and then, trying to get one up. And
I mean, people are giving Noel a hard time, but the coaches asked him to do that. The coaches asked him to do that.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what's
they want to play here? Three. Wow.
Yeah, check it out. When Noel go out there, do you see who with them driving lanes? Now you ain't got that big man back there. Kimber Walker can get in that lane, him and RJ and them, and just do work with it. If he bounce out to the 3 line, he don't even got to shoot the 3. Just going out there. You know what I mean? Going out there. You ain't got to shoot it, but just to go out there. You know what I mean? That opens up that interior. Now you got to bring they big man out there to follow him. He just go down that lane all day. And I think that's where that Noel thing coming good at. You know what I mean? But I love all the offense principles. And that attack the rim. That's what I meant about. My man was good at it. Alpha Payton, he was good at it, but he ain't no Kimber Walker.
Right, because you got to finish. He would attack it, but the finishing wasn't that great. Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true.
I've got another thing to share with you all.
Okay.
Let me just pull that up.
And another thing with Noel, remember Brick Lopez? That when he was in New Jersey, he didn't shoot threes.
Right.
So it's okay to, for your game to evolve even a little later, into your career. And they had to do that because Giannis is not shooting the 3. So you can't have 2 people in the lineup not shooting the 3. Yeah, KJ.
Hey man, look. See my boy.
Yeah, look at this. Yeah.
Wow,
Future
man.
Kyrie. Hey,
Hey, that's why we call it the training. Hey, the training camp edition, buddy.
like and subscribe to this channel. You know, you get coaching. You know, you get entertainment.
Harlem Globetrotters.
Build them fingertips, baby. I'm showing you feet. Build them fingertips up, baby.
Nice. That was nice.
Hey, that's Nick's real talk right there. Hey, that was the. And so far, that's been the best commercial on all the streams so far.
Right.
You gotta call that out that way. Good one, CT. But yeah, KJ dribbling again. I see you. I see you, game. I see you, game. Man, that was awesome. Good one, man. That's how we closed out. But man,
it started when we were talking about which player could we come the closest to beating in a one-on-one, and KJ went with Muggsy.
I like watching the KJ. You about to bust out the slide.
Hey, look, I still ain't Zion, but yeah, you know. Oh man, that's funny, man. That's all. Hey, look, I'm gonna post some more. Hey, Devon, CT, Steph. I'm gonna put some more videos. Now, y'all gonna have me go back into my archive.
Okay.
And show y'all what point guard I was. I got some tapes in there. I'm gonna post that up for you tomorrow.
All right. Okay.
Hey, bring Union High School into the forefront, brother.
The trophies. We know you got a few trophies in the cabinet.
Right.
It's over, man.
But
yeah, that was cool.
That same feeling. That's the feeling I'm getting with the season, though. I'm really am, man. That same love and that joy. I am like a baby in the cage right now. I know my wife like, I don't know what to do with this guy. Like,
you know he was hyped last year.
Right. It's gonna be triple jobber this year.
Right. Because we balanced. I mean, we just so balanced. We so deep. Even our situational guys. If somebody gets injured and you got to pull from the situational guys, I'm confident. Like I'm confident in the Knox filling in for a game, or McBride have to fill in for a game, or Grimes have to fill in for a game. We're not asking them to do much, but if they have to fill in for a game or so, I feel okay because our situational players on some teams is their second team. You know, so yeah, so I'm happy.
Poet Nice said who the starting lineup D. I guess I'm gonna go with Noel, Randall, RJ, Fournier, and Kimba so far.
Yeah, me too.
That's what I would probably project. That second unit is deep. The situational guys is good. And you know what's crazy? If Obi actually had to set out a game, Knox can come in and knock down 2 3.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what's so good about that, man. It's like
the
kid, he can come in there, and I think that's what's so big about Knox. I played that video earlier. He was a training camp, shoot some free throws. It's big for him, man. It really is. I hope this cat get I think he can be an important piece from a situational standpoint if something happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I really want Knox to get more time. I just don't see where, but I'm still pulling for him, and I would love to see him contribute on this team because just that length, we need that. We don't have that anywhere on the wing. That height, that length, he might be taller than Randall.
I think he is.
Yeah, he is, right?
So does Knox and Bacon make the team?
Knox is already on.
Right. I'm high on Bacon, Steph. I just think Bacon.
But in order for Bacon to make the team, well, he might over Vildoza.
Yep. That's who I think spot he get.
Right.
I think if Vildoza don't win out, they say that 3 million. And like CT said earlier, give what contract that you would give Bacon the vet minimum?
That vet minimum, he said with Luka. Take Luka out of there. I think it's 3.2 million he gives out with 3.2 mil. Give him that vet minimum.
Yep. Yeah. And you know what's crazy? Like CT brought that up early. Like, and you can use that 3 point something million, save it for the trade for the buyout market.
Right. Yeah.
Save it. That's what's scary. Either the trade deadline, somebody activated, man, they get bought out, and next thing you know, they come over to New York. Now we got another piece. I'm like,
I mean, if you got Bacon in the situational spot, that's a deep team because this guy played, if I'm not mistaken, over 70 games.
Mm-hmm.
For Orlando, he scored close to 10 points, so he's used to starting. If he played for Clifford, then he already knows what Tibbs is about and how how Tibbs goes about his business. So it's not going to be a lot of adjustment there.
Mm-hmm.
And he played with Kemba and Fournier. So
Yeah,
in both
yeah,
spots, Boston and in Charlotte. And he
right,
can create up the dribble, which was missing, So
right,
that's why I'm high on him for this
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, man. He's at 45 points in the G League game too. Fuck
yeah,
Fuck it.
yeah.
Yeah, this squad, be civilized, my brother. Salute, be civilized. You already know, my man. This squad is pretty deep. I like the way I like the way they constructed,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
haven't even seen. So I'm just, I'm not worried, Steph. When somebody asked me that question on the other day, I think it was one of the shows like you. I'm like, I'm not worried. I'm really not, because I do think that if it's not a season-ending injury, if somebody get injured, we can tread water.
Right.
Obviously we lose a step with the Julius Randle. That's a different story. We tread a little water, but
Yeah.
I think KJ asked a question. I think I said 18-7 in the first 25 games. I picked, and that's if I think he said if Julius go down. I said I think we still could do 18-7, but if he don't go down, I think we 20-5 or 20 something like that. 20-5
Wow.
in the first 25.
I mean, I
games.
think if Julius goes down, that's.
It's
But
tough,
you know
man.
what? We just got to shift. I mean, think about it with Tibbs.
Mhm.
Rose went down. He shifted and ran that whole offense through Joakim Noah. So if if Randall goes down, God forbid, at least you have a RJ, you have a Kemba, you have a Rose. You have other players that you could shift the offense toward them.
Right.
And Obi's role is not to be Randall. It's just to
Right.
keep doing, what you're doing, be solid in your rotations, give us, just keep doing what you're doing. We'll just shift the offensive part and running the offense through other players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And it was interesting too with that. I think Obi coming in that first unit. I think if Obi gets you 12 points a game, and you know what I
In
mean?
the first unit, I'm like, if he give us 12 points in that second unit, it's a wrap.
I-
But
you know
yeah,
what?
in the first,
Yeah.
second, yeah.
I think that's gonna happen.
Really?
Yep. I think Obi Toppin gonna be a double digit scorer this year in the NBA. I think he go from 4 points after what I see in the summer league, and
Yeah.
I just think that the kid he got a whole year in, man. He just got a whole year to play basketball, get better. No injury coming out the gate. Know the team, know the system. And he said they worked out.
Right.
Yeah, he was saying him and Quickly worked out twice a day, all day this year.
Yeah, pretty much every day.
Every
The only
day.
thing I think holding him back is playing behind Randall. How much time is you getting? Randall playing 38 minutes or even 36.
Do you think Randall's go down? Do you think Randall's go down to probably 33, 34 this year? 33?
No.
You don't think so with that team?
Because Tibbs like to ride his horses. So I don't see him getting 33 minutes. We'll see. We'll see.
Hey, CT, can you read that quote?
Yeah, so I just saw on ESPN there was a ruling on NBA allowing coaches the coaches now have to prompt a challenge in the final 2 minutes for out of bounds, whereas previously the refs would just be able to automatically do the ruling, but the coaches have to use a challenge now.
Oh, wow.
So that's going to be interesting. I hope they amend this challenge thing and give coaches a second challenge, because you got to think real hard about which one you want to use it for, 48 minutes.
Right. Because if you use it early, so now something happens in the last 2 minutes, the officials are no longer going to do it, and you don't have a challenge left. That's
that's
gonna be rough.
Out of bounds.
That's rough.
Wow.
Yeah, I never liked that too much. I think they should make a last 5 minute for refs.
For the refs
coaches don't challenge too much because the game will take too long. But yeah, the refs have they have a guy in the studio who can just tell them, hey, that play 30 seconds ago, hey, change that.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
you know, we get out of here. Let me get out. They asked Tip that question, Steph, and KJ and CT about rule changes. You know, he grinned. You know, and the new office rule changes. I know
Right.
Tip.
Right.
Yes, yeah. So you know he's psyched. You know he's
Right.
So his defense gonna be even just they're gonna be able to cover. Yeah, that's why he had that when CT put out things with no hands. You know, try to guard with hands because now none of that all them stupid things they was getting away with.
Right.
James Harden, all them guys can't get away with that stuff this year.
Right. And those and right. Trying to create fouls when there wasn't one. So
Right.
yeah.
I think that was a pretty good move. So I know Tibbs happy about that because he's a defense coach, and you know that helps him out too. So,
Yeah, that was getting out of hand. You know, like Trey Young, the James Harden is getting out of hand. So even quickly not gonna get them same calls he was getting last year.
Right. And he's gonna have to adjust.
Mhm.
He said they're gonna have
Absolutely.
an official come in and go over the rules with them.
Yeah. They're gonna have to. Yeah, and I think that's gonna be important because you don't want to come out the gate everybody looking all sloppy, arguing at the ref all the time, talking about it was a foul. No, that's not the rule.
Right.
So, they need to make sure they break that down in training camp. That everybody know the rule changes and be aware of it. So that way, because I do one thing I do get tired of sometimes is the way them cats go at the referees. Come on, guys, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
You know, yeah, so you know that guy. It was starting to get out of hand last year. It seemed like every time the ref called a call, the player got to get up in his face.
Right.
He ain't changing the call, so why go through all that?
Right.
Yeah, y'all remember the 1 year the rest was calling everything. If you got in their face, they was checking you right, like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Then they
That's when the
calmed
rule
down
first
with that.
started. They was like,
They was going on everybody. They might bring that back again.
They might have to. Yeah, because it gets. I just hate to see it sometimes. I'm like, man, y'all guys just ain't killing these dudes. I mean, ain't nobody perfect. I mean, you know, but they just was doing it too much last year. But man, listen, man, great show, sister. Thanks for coming on, supporting the brother. You already know it's counting down. I'm excited. I'm man. I'm ready to get to the guard and stuff. I truly am, man.
Definitely.
I truly am, and we're gonna be in there big time, man. That's one thing. Once I do that, no matter what happens after that, you know, just to get to the guard and see Boston and see you guys, and, you know, finally meet you in person. And it's gonna be a good feeling, man. And I'm so, like I said, I'm so happy for you, man. I really am. Like, you know, me and you came in this business together, almost me a little bit before you, a couple of months, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, whatever. But you know, and we grew, we watch each other grow, and I watch you watch your maturation, man. So I'm happy for the Queen's Court for sure. And you already know DT and the KJW events. My brothers, man. BX Sports Jedi, do you down there killing the Yankee thing, killing it. Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to the season. You know, and I hope the Knicks just continue doing what they're doing, man. So we can keep having these same conversations for the next 10 years. Who cares? You know what I mean? Keep doing what they're doing, man. But let me get y'all last thoughts before we get out of here. Sister, let me let the lady get the first lady in here.
Yeah, I mean, appreciate you, CT, and your show. I've been able to catch a few of them, so I'll get that last episode. KJW, I appreciate you guys. I've been listening for a few weeks. You've been a regular, so I've been checking you out. I'm excited for the Knicks. Like, I'm really high on this team. Like I said, I'm excited for the season to start. I'm excited to listen to the shows. There's the different angles people are going to be coming at as the season gets started. And I'm looking to see, you know, RJ's development, Quick's development, Obi's development, how Kimba fits with this team, Randall's development, which to me I think is more mental than anything. I know he's been working on his game, but I think it's more, you know, just getting comfortable being in those tough situations in the playoffs. And I got my money on Randall. I was critical of him last playoffs, but if you asked me to put money on whether he would be better this year, I would. I really believe in this guy. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yes, sir. KJ.
Devon, of course, thank you as always. CT, Steph, Queen's Court. No, I check you out on Mondays. I'm topping out. Man, I watch these shows more than I watch ESPN. You know, I'm here now. I'm part of the show. I'm happy to meet the chat. Everybody's like, I always ended off family. We're all family.
Right.
Let's like and subscribe to each other's page. keep growing each other's brands, and hopefully one day we all come together and meet up for a game or two, or even an event, you know. So again, like my biggest takeaway this year, I want to see what our young guys are going to do. We need to see the future core of this team is very important to me. You know, I want to see, because these guys is not going to be here forever. So we really want to see these new young core, these guys. And Divine, your new video you just dropped, my man. Let me tell you, when you put the music, when you put the words to it, I know it's going to be fire, man.
Yeah,
like,
hopefully I have it dropped that by Friday. I'm excited about it too, man. The lyrics is crazy. It goes with every piece of that video you see in there. Excuse me, the lyrics go when you see deep three quickly from deep three strictly from quickly D roll shit deep but nitty. I suppose supposed to make it a little iffy. You see that in the video.
Okay.
Wow.
So,
nice.
Hopping tops of trouble, RJ with a double. Every time you hear that lyric, you see they doing that. So the montage is gonna be dope when I get the lyrics in there. I think I would have had it yesterday, was kind of a little bit. So I think I'm gonna wait till maybe Friday or something when I got a chance to, you know, settle down and just get them and drop it off. But thank you.
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm gonna drop some more basketball videos for that. I went in on one of them videos with the basketball.
Yeah.
CT, thank you for that, CT.
That was a good one, man. That made the show to me. That was crazy.
Then he got down on his knees.
To bless the chat, the panel, everyone, the viewers with all that, man. I was blown away. I'm like, man, can the Knicks open up a roster spot? That's why you've been lobbying for Vildoza to get waived. Now it makes sense.
Hey, CT, look, don't catch me at the Garden first night. I'll be like Light Mike. Remember Light Mike Bow Wow? On the court. That's all.
Imagine what you can do in Air Jordans if you can do that in slides.
Yeah, that was nice. Hey, CT, the streets of brother, give them to it, man. Give us your last story before we get out of here, brother. You already know what it is.
Hey, first of all, got to start with you, Divine. You know, thanks for having us on this great platform you have. You know, I've been listening to you for a long time. Mad respect to you and this show you have. And KJ, as always, I love chatting and talking about this team we love. And Steph, I appreciate you supporting and also really appreciate the content you're dropping with the Queen's Court on a Monday. You know, love the show. Always tune in. You'll see me in the chat. Put my opinions forth. And of course, that leads me to the chat here. You know, the chat's where it's at. You know, there is no show without you guys. So we appreciate it. And we love talking to you and bringing up your points and going back and forth. And hey, it's only getting started. So next week is where it all starts. And let's hold each other down till then.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Without further ado, man. To the chat, Pug, nice, everybody. D. Rouse, be civilized. Everybody, the newcomer, man. Nigel Smith from Jamaica, salute to you. Everybody, man. This is where it's at, man. A lot of wide peace to the God. You already know how we do. It's just a beautiful thing, man. All you guys, man, and the sisters out there. Knicks and 6, salute to you. And we gonna canal. We gonna keep it popping, man. We got a good season coming ahead. For Johnny Timon, thank you, my brother, for coming back to hopping back up here. I'm glad you're doing well. And it's just a fun thing to have right now. I mean, it's a fun time to be a Knicks fan. It's a fun time to to be content creators, because with all these great people that come up here supporting us, man, and wise, intelligent too. Like I said, you might not be on a panel, but you is the panel. The chat is the panel. We the ones holding it down on the platform.
Right.
Yeah, man. You guys is awesome, man. And like I said, sister, you know how I do. I love you for everything you're doing, man.
Appreciate you as well.
Yeah, not only for the Knicks fan, but all the sisters out there who don't have that, the want to get in here and do this thing. Y'all come and see what this sister bringing to the table, man. Y'all hop up in here, man. You know, we got Knicks women fans too, for sure. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing. KJ Vince, my brother, you already know. I'll see you on the next episode. Y'all look out for me and KJ. We're gonna be dropping a little bit of Giant stuff pretty soon, man. Just
nice.
Yeah, that's a little post game. He's a season ticket holder. We're gonna kind of be doing something from the stadium. Break it down and within Knicks Real Talk that night. We have to close the segment on it with some Giant talk and stuff like that, man. Just to have a little bit more content, because my boys got to get it together, man. That team too good to be playing.
Yeah,
they too good to be playing the way they playing. Them penalties, man.
I'm hurting, but I'm hurting right now.
Yeah,
That's like losing on last second shot, 2 games in a row, right?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, we took 14 points on the board the other night. I mean, against Washington, what a drop pass and a holding call with Daniel Jones in the end zone.
Right.
Like,
Right.
so we losing on some crazy stuff, but hopefully we get it all together. And the Giants get on the road, man. They just got to get to 500 to take it from there. We got a tough game in New Orleans next week, though. This week,
tough.
Try to go get it. But like I said, man, salute everybody. Thank y'all for chiming in. Nick's day 2 of training camp. We had a good show, good episode. Thank you to the panel for coming in, blessing the show. Salute to the chat. Everybody looking out there, man, wherever you're streaming in from, man, supporting the show. Like, subscribe. Y'all already know, man. We got to keep this thing popping. Make sure y'all go hit up the streets of buzzing. You'll go down there and see the content the brother dropping down there, man. You already know the brother in the game. He in the game. He doing the thing. He doing the damn thing. So y'all make sure y'all support that show and catch CT. Most likely 4:45, 4:30 in the afternoon because he's in Australia. His time varies, so he probably come on maybe 4:45, 5 o'clock, and things of that nature. So y'all be looking for the notification for his show around that time. We got the Queen's Court on Monday, 8 o'clock, roughly in that time zone on prime time as well. KJ on to come up. He gonna be on to come up over here until we ready to do what he gonna do. But we ain't here for all you guys, man. Next we'll talk. The night show is your man Divine. I love y'all, man. Y'all have a good night. Be safe and protect yourselves. You already know COVID-19 still out there. Just be safe, man. You do your choice, whatever your choice may be. Just take care of yourself. And that's really what it all boils down to, man. And we'll see y'all in the next episode, man. Y'all look for the notifications. And I'm out of here, man. Salute to the chat. Salute to the panel. Thank y'all guys again. Peace.
Appreciate you.